Hello and welcome. I am Jan Rössler, and with this screencast we're going to demonstrate how you can commission a data manager in an off-grid application without internet connection. The first step is to connect our computer to the data manager itself. In this case, we are in an off-grid installation without internet connection, as just mentioned, and we simply connect to the data manager using its soft access point via Wi-Fi. Now that we are connected to the data manager, we can access its web UI simply by typing in the forward IP address 192.168.12.3 in any standard web browser. When accessing your data manager for the first time, it is normal if your computer displays a warning message. Once you accept the certificate, you will access the installation assistant as shown here. The information about missing connection to time server is shown here, but I'll show you how to fix this just now. First, click on Change the network configuration. Then scroll down and click on Accept the system time of the web browser once. This might trigger a restart of the data manager, which then would take some minutes. After this restart or just now, the first time commissioning can be done. Let us start by clicking on the Continue button. During the administration registration, fill in your data. Please take care of the password guidelines. Once you've filled in all the data, click on Continue. Now under Device Configuration, you have to choose which kind of device configuration you want to set up. It can be a standalone device or a master-slave configuration. For this reason, you have the possibility to choose the three different types of configuration: standalone master, subordinate master, or slave. If it is expected that the system will be enhanced later with a slave EDMM, it is better to choose the second option. If a master-slave system is planned, it is necessary to do the setup in the correct order to avoid double workload. First slave device and then master device. In our installation, we have a standalone master. So once we have clicked that, we click on Continue. Now you have been guided to the setup of the communication device. You have to agree to the automatic update and synchronization with Sunny Portal. The automatic update of SMA products is optional. Once you are ready, click on Continue. In this screen, you can choose which devices you wish to add to the data manager. There's the possibility to add Modbus devices, SMA Speedwire devices, and SMA FLX or TLX devices. In our case, we just have SMA Speedwire devices, the Sunny Islands, as they should be previously commissioned. The rest of the devices can be configured through the data manager. So I choose SMA Speedwire devices and it opens up a new window. Here the data manager would ask us for the plant password. The plant password is the one we have chosen for all the devices in our system. It is very important that all the devices in the same system have the same password. Once the password is written, wait until all the devices are found. We choose all the devices which belong to the system. If desired, it is possible to change the name of the devices in the data manager. This name will be visible later on in the Sunny Portal powered by NXOS 2. Once we are ready, we click on Continue. Here it is possible to set the country settings for all the devices in our system. In our case, we have a Sunny Island system with 50 Hz. So once we choose it, the data manager sends it to all the SMA PV inverters this setup, and we don't need to configure it any more for each inverter separately. This is just an option. You can also click on No and go to Next, but keep in mind that a later change for the country standard will be much more complicated. It has to be done individually for each inverter then. In this step, we can configure the energy meter at the grid connection point, but as we are an off-grid system, we can simply skip this step. In this next step now, it is possible to configure the external communication activating the Modbus server. In this installation, we would like to communicate just via SMA Speedwire protocol. So again, we can simply click on Continue. In an on-grid application, it is common to control the PV plant at the grid connection point. As we are an off-grid installation, yet again, we don't need to make any changes and simply go further. The configuration has now been completely successful. We simply click on Continue and we will see the dashboard of the plant. If you wish to know more about how to configure the sensor that measures the fill status of the diesel tank, you can find this video on the download links below.